So I have a question for all of you out there. Does writing a Google text ad require art or science? Does it require technical knowledge or creative ability? Now, if you answered anything but both to that question, then you are unfortunately wrong. Writing a Google text ad requires both technical knowledge and creative ability, which makes it really difficult to write compelling text ads. So that becomes a problem if you can't use the left and right sides of your brain. So what can you do? Well, you can watch this very video, because in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can write compelling text ads that take into consideration the technical necessities and the creative approach as well. It's a difficult thing to do with your left and right side of your brain, as scientists call it, with the creative versus the technical, but I'm going to break it down for you with 6 tips you can put in place today to get more conversions from your Google text ads coming up. Hello marketers, my name is Darren Taylor of thebigmarketer.com, and my job is to make you a better marketer. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm a digital marketing trainer and consultant, and I specialize mostly in search engine marketing. So if that sounds up your street, you should consider subscribing to the channel. And in this video, we are looking at text ads on Google. What makes a good ad? As I mentioned in the introduction, it's a complex thing to get right because it requires both creative ability and understanding the technical aspects of writing a text ad. So let's not waste any time and jump into the first thing that makes a good text ad. The first thing is Google's rule number 1. It's all about relevancy. How relevant is your ad to your keywords, and how relevant is your keywords to your landing page? Now, I know you've heard this before, but can you write a compelling text ad using keywords that also holds the user's attention? Is it written grammatically correct? Does it read well? How does it present on the search results page? These are the things you need to think about, because it's all well and good and easy to write a text ad filled with keywords, but to make it compelling takes something else. In order to make your text ads compelling, think of the words you're using. Use really descriptive words, use emotive words, use words that will pique the user's interest. It's hard to get that balance right between getting your keywords in the ad versus also getting the creative, kind of emotive, descriptive words in the ad as well. But this is the balance you need to strike. If you could write an ad that's keyword rich, but also contains those compelling words, then you are onto a high click-through rate, my friend. Think about it. You've all gone to a search results page where you've seen multiple ads saying the same thing because they've all gone down the route of focusing on getting their keywords in the ad. Now, if you went further and got your keyword in the ad, but also make it stand out on the search results page, then you are winning. The second way to write a great text ad is to analyze the search results page and see what your competitors' ads are like too. The reason you need to do this is because you need a frame of reference to what a good ad is. If you're writing a text ad and you haven't looked at what your competitors are saying, how do you even know if your offer or your value proposition is relevant to the user, or not even just relevant, but is compelling enough to beat your competitors? Is it even competitive? If the answer is no and your price point is way higher than your competitors, then don't mention price, of course. You've got to go with other unique selling points. So you need to analyze the search results page, look at the ads that are showing, see where the weaknesses are in your competitors' ads, and capitalize on them. Maybe you provide a quicker turnaround time, maybe you're faster on delivery. There could be a number of things your competitors aren't doing that your business can do. So you need to capitalize on those and really create your text ads around those selling points. And the only way you can do that is to analyze what your competitors are saying. On to point number 3. Now, this one is really important, and that is reinforcing your USPs on your landing page. If you're telling users that you're giving 50% discount today for a special offer, and they go through to your website all excited for this special offer and there is absolutely nothing, then what was the point in putting it in your ads? The user is going to feel confused, maybe betrayed. They might think it's bait and switch. You never know what they're thinking at this point because you haven't reinforced your offer. Now, a lot of businesses I've worked with in the past have had temporary offers and time-bound offers that they have in terms of promotions, and they want to mention them in their text ads because they will honor those deals and sales. However, if it's not reflected on the website, the user won't necessarily be confident that you're going to honor any mentioned discounts or sales or promotions or bonuses. That doesn't matter what it is, you need to make sure it's mentioned on your landing page too. On to point number 4, but before I go on to point number 4, if you like what you're hearing so far, hit the like button below and let me know in the comments if you are any good at writing compelling text ads and if you need help with them. Now, I reply to pretty much every single comment I get, so I look forward to talking with you below. On to point number 4. Point number 4 is to focus on the outcome for the user. So if you're somebody looking for your services on Google, you know what the outcome is. Now, let's put this in perspective. If I'm looking for somebody to landscape my garden and do really nice garden landscaping for my back garden, and I go to Google and search for that, you might think my outcome is a landscaped garden, but that's not necessarily the case. Think of my pain point. Why do I want a landscape gardener? It's because my garden looks terrible. It's probably full of weeds, it probably has no imagination, it probably, when I look outside my window, I look really disappointed. So what is the end outcome for me as a customer? Well, that is easy. I want the joy of being able to enjoy my garden, whether it's barbecuing, walking around and enjoying the scenery, enjoying the pond I've put in. You've got to think of the emotions of the person who's looking for your services. Think of the end outcome. Imagine the joy somebody would feel when their garden is complete. So you've got to think about that emotion when writing text ads. It's not just enough to say, I want to do your garden or get your garden landscaped with us. It's more a case of thinking around how you can phrase things in order to make sure the user is aware that you can provide the outcome that they want. Point number 5 is to use a strong call to action, and again, reinforce that call to action on your website. Say for instance, you have an ad where you mention something along the lines of buy now or buy online or purchase today or something along those lines, and then on your website you can't actually buy it online and you have to phone up or submit a form or do some other kind of action. You're going to create a conflict between the user's expectations and what's on the website itself. And again, if you have multiple call to actions on your website, maybe you have a phone number, a contact form, or the user can buy now, think about how your users use your website. You have the data now to understand how users browse your website, how your buying cycle works, and you've got to focus on what the most common user journey is. If most users go to your website because it's a long sales cycle, quite complex product, and they want to speak to somebody or maybe drop an email, then use those calls to action as opposed to the purchase. If more people are buying straight away as new users to your website, then use the buy now call to action. Base your call to action on what users actually do on your website. If users are doing something you don't want them to do, then maybe you need to change your copy, your content, or maybe you're just unfortunate and you're in an industry where people don't necessarily want to buy straight away and they need more information, which is fine because you can tailor your call to action to start that process. And finally, point number 6 is to use all available ad extensions. Now, I've talked about ad extensions in the past. If you're not sure what ad extensions are, I've left a link down below in the description of this video, but essentially an ad extension allows you to add extra information to your text ads. Now, there are a ton of ad extensions out there, including price extensions, promotion extensions, call out extensions, message extensions. There are tons of extra things you can add into your text ads, and you need to add every single relevant type of ad extension to your text ads. Now, obviously, the first reason for this is because you're giving the user extra information to make an informed purchase, but the second reason for doing this is because you're taking up more room on the search results page, and Google favors ads that leverage ad extensions as well. It improves the quality of your ad. So it's really important that if you're not using some ad extensions that are relevant to your business, then you need to make sure you are leveraging them as soon as possible. Now, take note, I did say relevant to your business. So if your business is an e-commerce store and you want people to buy online, you don't necessarily need a location extension because location isn't important to the user, especially if you ship overseas as well. So that can be a bit of an issue. You might distract the user with your geographical location in that respect. So you need to make sure it's relevant to your sales cycle most of all, but it's still really important you leverage every ad extension you can. And there you have it, guys. 6 ways you can improve your text ads to get crazy click-through rates and get more sales and more conversions on your website. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like below. As I said earlier, I reply to pretty much every comment I get, so leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to chat with you down there. More important than that, check out the other content across my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.